Welcome to This Is Important, a production of iHeartRadio, the show where we only talk about what's the most important, bottom line, critical thing happening on this planet. Today on This Is Important...
It's not a bald spot, it's a solar panel for a sex machine.
You shot that shit out of him like a rocket.
No, evil's cooler. Evil's badass.
Buckle up.
We are.
Somebody help me!
The state of the nation. We are.
Adam Devine, why
The middle-aged guys of the nation.
Will you recap? Will you just recap the ads that we read and explain?
We just read ads, dude, and it was so spot on as to
Felt
who
good.
we are as people. Right before this, we had Heineken 00, which I personally love. God
Delish.
dang, is it
Right.
delish? And you feel like you're drinking without all the fun stuff that gets you drunk.
Mhm.
Or it hurts you.
And you could,
Alcohol.
that could hurt you. Yeah, without the alcohol. And then it was right into BetterHelp, which
Yes.
we're big fans of them here on the podcast. They're a great sponsor. But it's also saying, like, do these guys need help a little
Yeah.
bit?
Right.
And then,
It's science.
and then we went right into hims.com, another great sponsor of ours, ED medication. So they're saying our sponsors like these guys should be sober.
Right.
These guys need some help
Yeah.
mentally, and their dicks obviously don't work. And is that,
Hello.
They don't, for sure.
are they saying that about us, like as the podcast host? Are they saying that about our listeners? Like, we are at the perfect age
Right.
to
TII
need
Nation.
some help. We should be sober,
Pump the brakes.
and their dicks don't work.
And
at
they're
all.
and they're crazy. And I don't like to throw that word around. I don't like to throw that word around. I know we don't say crazy anymore, but are
I'm
we?
kooky.
Say cookie.
I think if my dick didn't work, I'd go crazy and start drinking.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring bum back, so I think you could say crazy again.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
get-
right.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring bum back.
Some people do
Right.
get pretty ticked off if you call them crazy. That's a triggering word for some people. My girlfriend.
If you're crazy, it is.
Yeah,
if
if
someone
you're
called me crazy,
Yeah.
I'd go,
Yeah, I
You want to see crazy?
I'm crazy. Okay.
You want to see
think-
crazy?
if you tell someone like, "Oh, dude, you're so crazy," and they go
Snap.
crazy, if they snap, then they know that about themselves.
They know they're
The fuck
crazy.
did
like-
you just call me?
Yeah.
If you're crazy, do you know you're crazy? This is
I think-
important. This is interesting.
This is
I
important.
love it.
Now, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I think, you do a little bit. Like, if you're truly crazy, no, then you don't know. But if you're just
Yeah.
one of those people that like something might click, and then
So,
you just go fucking
if
ape
you're
shit.
watching this on you, if you're not watching this on YouTube, Adam just made a face that to me would indicate you're truly crazy.
Yeah.
You go if you're
Okay.
crazy, or if you're just kind of
gone crazy.
like what?
It's an audio medium, and sometimes I forget
If you're
that.
a little
that's okay.
bonkers,
That's a synapse going off.
like minus the crazy face, you
Whole
know,
world gone crazy.
you're crazy if you're a little bonkers, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Bonkers, great candy. R.I.P. Bonkers. But
Yeah.
There
Like-
was I remember someone in Blake, and you might remember this, and maybe this is calling the person out, but they were crazy. They were in our improv class, or maybe they weren't even in our improv class in college. They were in the drama department.
This is Adam's beautiful mind moment. That was not a real person.
They had giant blue eyes. It was a girl. She was
Oh,
pretty.
I
She was
already know.
pretty,
Yep,
but she
I
had
think I
giant
already-
blue eyes, and someone called her crazy, and full meltdown.
yeah.
Full meltdown.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Like tears.
Adam was right there to be like, "Do you
Tears.
need a Heineken 0.0?"
no, at that time, I'm like, I think you need to drink some Night
Yeah.
Train.
I think we need to have a kegger about it.
Yeah.
That would smooth you out.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, I do. I remember it really affecting
Did you see
her,
the
and she-
meltdown too?
I think she broke down in tears, and
Yeah.
it was
Uh-huh.
like, it was a very, like I said, a very triggering word. That might even be why I said that, is because somewhere in the deep recess of my mind, that moment
So it
stuck
triggered
out to
you.
me.
Do you
Yeah,
guys?
now I'm triggered.
Do you
Yeah.
guys have? I feel like we don't, as a group, have anything that really triggers us.
I can't be called gay, and I don't want to get into it.
Okay.
I don't want to get into it.
That is weird.
Okay. Okay.
And is it because of
But there's just something. I guess I'm so offended.
Yeah.
Offended.
Well, I think that's similar
Oh.
to the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Like if somebody
You
calls
might
you
be
gay,
a
and you're
little-
like, "There's nothing gay about me, brother."
Nah, it's just that it's not. I don't like it.
Okay. And is it because are they calling you gay because of the outfit you're currently wearing, or
Yeah, is it
why
the-
would they be?
Is it your excessive use of the color teal?
It's just
No
I turn the
shots fired to the Sharks.
I
but-
turn as my 7-year-old's just standing here watching at the door. He's like, "What?"
Daddy, what
is gay?
Daddy's gay. I always knew.
Oh, he actually does have to
Yeah.
have a parenting
Yes.
moment right now. Daddy was kidding.
I'll see you in a little bit.
I'm currently
He
watching
knows.
my son sleep on a monitor
knows.
because I'm the only one home right now. So I got,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I got Bo. He sleeps as if he's dead. Does your children sleep like this?
Wait, hold on.
Just
let me,
absolute face down. Just
Face down? No.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's careful with that.
Yeah.
SIDS, bro. That was the most terrifying thing
Nah.
concept to me in
Mhm.
all of parenting. Like SIDS is absolutely terrifying.
yeah, but that shit changes all the time. It's like sometimes they're like, oh yeah, lay him on the face down, lay him on the back.
This
It's
is
all
like
good.
the worst thing
It's
to
all
say on a
science.
podcast.
No, it's all good.
Knock
It's all good.
wood.
No, once they're able to turn themselves around, they can sleep however they
Yeah.
or get
The
comfy.
crazy shit is when they
Both
just
of
have
them.
like both legs and one arm out of like between the bars of the crib,
The
and you're
slats.
like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, you good? And they're like,
good,
from the
bud?
podcast? Is that from the
You just-
podcast, Dad? Get
Yeah.
a life.
God damn.
I'm like, how are you still sleeping with just legs out like that?
Well, do you remember even when you're a kid, like I'm starting to notice it, like when you would sit and watch TV, like you would sit in the
bro.
most fucking weird ways,
Crazy
like with your
positions.
legs like up on the
Behind
couch,
my
but you're
head.
like laying.
And that's
on...
when it started. People be like, well, that's gay. And I go, is it?
No, it is not.
Anders always looked at the TV with his asshole directly in the air.
It was
Tight
I-
butthole.
it was easier to suck my the
Yes.
What's
the
that?
I like
Yes.
the jacket I'm wearing is what I'm saying.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
And it gets a little
It's a
chilly
bubble.
in the office, and if I turn on the heat, it gets loud. So,
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate that. What are you
Anyway.
rocking? Is that Patagonia?
It is.
Nice.
It
I
is.
actually
And
like
it's-
the
and
jacket.
it's cozy.
Anders,
I like
gay or
fun,
not?
bright colors. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Gay or
You
not?
are
I
you
like
are
the
our fun
jacket.
friend. You're
Yeah.
our fun friend for sure.
There's no doubt.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone would say that, but
Is your kid breathing though? Is your kid breathing?
yeah, it did scare us the first few times it happened, but now it's just
Yeah.
how this little man rolls. And he'll roll himself over if he is suffocated.
Do you have one of those mattresses that tells you?
No, I didn't even know
What?
that's a thing.
Isn't
I-
that-
I
or
want
maybe
less-
that was in the little. Maybe it
They
was like
need-
the bassinet situation that like it shakes.
Oh,
them.
the Nanit? Yeah, the Nanit.
And
Or
it
no,
tells you-
sorry.
Nanit.
The
I
the
can't remember what
Nanit
it's
is my my surveillance cam.
Yeah.
My nanny cam. But the
Okay. Nanit. Shout out to Nanit.
yeah, what is it? The snoo. The snoo.
Snoo.
And then what?
Snoo.
It shakes. It earthquakes you awake if you're not breathing or something.
No, if you wake up and it hears you or it feels
Yeah, it
movement, then
shakes
it
you.
shakes you back.
Yeah,
to
it
sleep.
wiggles you
Uh,
back to sleep. Yeah, we had one of those.
What?
Why don't we have that for adults?
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Like,
dude,
just-
I brought this
No,
up on the
that's what I'm
podcast
saying.
and you said that would be terrifying. You
I
said,
did?
yeah, I'm almost positive. You're like, that sounds like a nightmare. You wake up and it's like an earthquake. And you're like, yeah, I guess so. I think it'd be cozy.
that. I mean, to me.
I mean, when you're sleeping next to these farts,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I take it back. Hey, I'm a changed man. you
okay,
know?
you're ready to get shook up. If you wake up in the morning, you're ready to get a little.
If it puts me back to sleep,
Okay.
Dude, I sleep
Yeah.
like such an old man now. I sleep directly on my back. I have an
Mhm.
eating pad directly behind me.
Yeah.
I have 2 pillows underneath my knees. I'm
Mhm.
holding on to one pillow
mhm.
and a pillow behind my head. I'm
Right.
a fucking
And you have a-
and
a
and I
cooking
sleep
spoon in your
fuck.
teeth so you don't bite your tongue.
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, dude. And a lot of times I don't even hold on to the pillow. I just go straight arms down because it feels
Yeah.
the best. Because if you hold on to the pillow, then you wake up and both of your arms are numb.
Oh,
Right, right,
They're
right.
asleep.
Wait. Have you? Do you fuck with the weighted blanket? Like, Have you seen those? Where it's just like it's a slight pressure on your chest, I guess, and that makes
It's just a heavy blanket.
it just makes people snooze.
But they're changing shit all the time with in regards to the
Those are
kids.
illegal. Yeah.
When we had Bo, it was totally legal, and everyone was like, "Oh, get the weighted blanket." They love it. They love.
I don't
snuggling
know
with the
about-
weighted blanket.
They love being
infants.
trapped.
And then
I don't know
it
about
became
infants.
and then we didn't get one because I was like, that seems crazy.
Right.
And then it became illegal, dude.
Right.
So they just
What?
make shit all the time and sell it and say that it's good, and then it's a death trap for your child.
Yeah.
Right. And then it's that there was that giraffe toy. This is so dad talk. I love
Dad
it. There's
talk.
like
Hey.
that super popular like giraffe toy, very
Yeah.
soft rubber that kids would like chew on, and then
Francis, or is it just French?
Is it Gerald? Gerald the giraffe?
it might have been Gerald the giraffe, but one day
Producers, if we could just
one day that was a mom or a kid eventually bit through the head, and then inside it was just fucking black mold, and they're like, "Oh, this is mad
hang on a
dangerous for
second.
children."
You say a
Oh.
kid or a mom bit it off
Like
the
a
head?
mom,
Yeah.
like no,
A
yeah,
kid-
like, shut up. No, like she like cut the head off or something because she's like,
Okay.
"Oh, what's going on with this thing?" But
But
somehow
that's every bath toy. Have you ever
that too, man.
if you get a bath toy and like you're playing with it, whatever, and then like
I have several, of course.
a month later, you like squirt all the water out, and then all this like black stuff comes out, and you go, "Oh, that's poison. That's gonna attach itself to my son's stomach."
Todd is saying it's Sophie the giraffe.
Yes,
Sophie.
it's Sophie. It is Sophie. It is Sophie.
But by the way, we have Sophie. I just was letting Bo gnaw on it just about 15 minutes ago.
Oh, you better
You'll be fine.
You're about to get.
Is that bad news? But also,
Yeah.
As long as Chloe doesn't bite the head off, I think you're good.
I'm also like, dude, are we just as society? Are we bitches?
Yes.
Like as society bitches.
Oh,
200%.
okay. Go off, King.
Having just
So-
lived in Australia, we're bitches.
We're just bitches, dude.
the
like everything-
playgrounds there are crazy. Where you're like, they let the kids do this.
It's made of nails, mate.
I mean, it kind of is.
It's made of nails.
They have a giant playground where we went, where they just had a giant like fucking like bounce house type thing just in the ground. Do you know what I'm saying? So like,
Oh, like a pit, like a gladiator pit.
no, it rises up out of the ground like
Oh
a
my
giant
Lord.
bubble, and the kids all just go and jump on it, and it's like 40
They
feet
fight?
long,
Dude,
That sounds dope as hell.
and they're like up there battling, and
That
little
was
kids are
like-
getting like flown off.
I remember
Lawsuits.
one of the coolest slides from my hometown. It was a slide. It was a cement slide that you had to bring your own cardboard to.
Sure.
And
Mhm.
you'd pour sand on it to get extra speed. But if
Mhm.
you lost the cardboard on the way down, you just would
die.
completely tear through
Yeah,
the
you die.
ass of your
Yeah.
pants.
Yeah.
And what's funny about this is your parents told you the LA River was a playground
Right.
that they would take the kids to.
You
They're like,
need a box here.
Anything
like-
you catch, you can eat.
uh-huh.
Go for it.
Yeah, including the bacteria that is going to eat your skin, eat you alive.
Yeah, the
real.
inside of Sophie's giraffe. Better throw that thing out, man.
Yeah, I think we've gotten
he
like
loves
too
it.
litigious. Everything like you don't even see. I mean, we've talked about tan bark before, right? We covered tan bark.
I think because some of us don't call it tan bark. I think we discovered it's a
Wood chips.
regional thing.
Wood
Wood
chips,
I don't
tan
know.
bark, whatever.
What are tan?
Yeah.
How
tan
like
bark?
playgrounds now are like the like soft rubberized thing that you can fall and almost like bounce back up. Tan bark, wood chips. It used to just be like you would fall into a bunch of wood chips, get a bunch of splinters, pick them
Yeah.
up, throw them like ninja
Splinter.
stars.
Yeah.
That's all gone.
Stab your friend with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a war zone. We grew up in a war zone, and that's why we're freaking tough as
Like
nails, dude.
the people would deliver the giant piles of tan bark like once a year, and they wouldn't even spread it out because the kids would do it. They knew. Nature
just be
took the course.
a huge pile, and then let the kids go at it. King of the Mountain. You play a little King
Yeah.
of the Mountain. It was the
Absolutely.
best.
I remember riding my bike on one and absolutely eating shit
Oh
and-
fuck!
and looking down at my leg, and a little like rock fell out of a hole, and then I could see like flesh, and then it started bleeding. And I started crying, and my friend just starts laughing at me so hard. He's like, "Why are you crying?" I was
I
like,
don't know. I couldn't see
"It hurts so bad." He's like,
Hey.
"Grow up."
I remember wiping out on my
Yeah, don't
bike
be a bitch.
really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Like-
hit by a cement truck, dude.
Did
Yeah.
you cry?
Sorry, did you
Yeah.
cry, bro? Don't be a bitch.
Yeah, I guess I did at some point. I was in it.
Did you cry when you woke up from that?
Yeah, I was in a concussion for 2 weeks, and I don't think I cried right when I woke up because
A
I was so
coma.
heavily medicated.
Somebody help me! In a coma.
Yeah, but
Concussion coma.
I'm assuming at some point, and it wasn't so much the pain as like your whole life
Have you cried yet, Adam?
is going to
Be altered.
from this. And when you're 40 years old, you're going to wear a vibrating back brace.
I
Yes,
think,
and hold 4 pillows to sleep.
Adam,
And-
if you haven't cried yet, I think the tears have gone into your spine
yeah, that might be what's affecting your body.
and are wreaking havoc, because then that's what's happening.
Yeah, that could be.
Maybe you just need to have a fucking huge, powerful cry.
HELP, BetterHelp.
No, I'm not Durs, dude. I do cry. I do
Okay.
have emotions. Yeah, they're readily available.
I will say, just to continue on like the dad cast we're doing right now,
Please.
have you found yourself more emotional that now that you have a child? Have you found yourself more emotional?
Yes, I find myself like looking at my parents differently, and like every like sort of, not that have ever been really bad to my parents, but just being, you know how you get annoyed by your parents, you're like, oh god.
Mhm.
Now
Yeah,
I'm like,
your parents are the worst. Oh, we're talking about each of our parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my parents rock, but I was like,
for sure.
I'm you just you get annoyed by your parents, and now I'm like, what am I doing, dude? Like
Mm-hmm.
they
Yeah.
for everything that they've done for me, you know,
Right.
and now I'm gonna cry right now. I'm gonna cry right now about it.
I'm more saying like also I like going to like now that it's holiday season, kids are doing their little like Christmas shows and stuff. And, like, you
Yeah.
see your little kid up on stage, and then all of a sudden you can't even film it because you're just overcome with emotion a little bit.
Oh no, you're a bitch, dude.
No, yeah.
yeah, that's bitch behavior.
Yeah.
but
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
I think I told
Shut
you
up,
guys
bitch.
that when you were like, oh, you didn't cry on the last day of Workaholics, I was like, I did. It just wasn't with you guys on the roof. It was when my kids showed up. And I was like, okay, this is what it's all about. Come here.
I don't know. I have a
bitch.
photo of the 3 of us, or the 4 of us, because Kyle came up on the roof.
Oh.
And I mean, Blake and I look like fucking little bitches. We're
Mhm.
we're
It's
like
okay to
full-
cry. That doesn't mean we're bitches. We just
Yeah.
look emotional.
We're full tears. And then, but there is a little misty happening with Dirt. So he said he
Right.
did.
We just smoked weed though, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't the weed. It wasn't the weed, dude. Do you
And if you look closely, there's a little camera inside my eye.
do you cry every time you smoke weed? Because it definitely was tears. It definitely was tears.
Oh, okay.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's and we're showing that photo now.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
dig that one out the crates. I think
Okay.
I posted that
Okay.
on the Instagram somewhere. We can grab that.
By the way, I do cry every time I smoke weed.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Do you?
Because I just go, this is a beautiful thing. Look at it. Look what Mother Earth gave us. And it's just
okay.
it's a rich tradition.
Weed every day.
It's been passed on from humans from generations, different societies and cultures.
Just ripping the fucking volcano bag and crying.
Mm.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way to my partners at DraftKings. The holidays are finally here, and my partners at DraftKings have the perfect gift for you.
Right now, all new DraftKings customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's right. New customers get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins after betting just $5.
And don't forget to stay in on the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game.
All right, now download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code IMPORTANT.
If sports betting is not yet available in your state, Don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes.
Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code IMPORTANT. The crown is yours. Did you guys open your presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? Hot topic!
This is
Hot
important.
divisive!
Okay, young Christian males, talk to me.
Young.
Yeah, young.
We did it like this. We had Christmas was at our house. So like grandparents and
Okay.
like there was a wild aunt who came over, right?
Pizza.
So you would open
wow.
presents from them and from like godparents. I had a godfather. And then the next morning opened gifts from like immediate family and Santa.
Santa. Yes, of course.
Santa. That's how you said it. You're so Norwegian, you have to say it that way.
Yeah, on Santa.
Santa Claus. Oh, Daddy, did Santa Claus come to the house?
Santa.
It's
Santa
Santa
Claus.
Claus. It's Santa Claus. Oh,
Santa
yes. And
Claus.
Horne.
Jesu navn vi går bort.
Oh, shit. Did you just say something?
We
That
had like a
seemed
whole
real.
Norwegian prayer that we would say, like,
Oh, can you run it back?
Oh my gosh. Can you dig it?
I don't know if I can.
Snap us off with some of that Euro freaking.
It's Jesu navn vi går bort, which means like in Jesus' name we come to the table.
Hey, tell
God.
you what, I don't need hymns after hearing that. Rock hard over here.
Speaking of
Okay.
hymns, the Bible. I don't know if you remember. Space drinka, which is like eat and drink. I don't know what the rest is.
Eat and drink, get fucked up.
Yeah,
Get
that's
the
what it is.
food
Thank
up.
you. You
Full
know
bar.
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was
Damn,
our
that's
thing.
sick, bro. I'm hyped.
Yeah.
So you would say that before every Christmas meal? What's the
Every
deal?
like big dinner, my dad would get out this little like thing that had the words on it.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
I love
Like
how
a-
Norwegian you are, dude. I mean,
You really are. It's crazy.
I mean, I'm not. That's the dirty secret. Is I'm not
Yeah.
that.
because I feel like other people from Norway, they don't really rep it the way Anders has. Since the very second
Yeah.
I met him, he was wearing like Norway hats. He was like
Yeah.
repping it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think I had
Or
like a
he was-
Helly Hansen ball cap with a Norwegian flag for sure,
Yeah.
like bought on purpose. But like the
Uh-huh.
name, they just tagged me with the name.
And you just wore clothes that seemed European. I was like, I don't know, something's off about this guy.
Mhm.
And you're like,
You dressed like an exchange student for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You gave
Yes.
off really like this dude is Euro for sure.
like he's not from here, but then he
Yeah.
is. He's just from Chicago. Yeah, like
Yeah.
the most from here place ever.
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Maybe they just dress European in Chicago. It's elevated a little bit.
Mm-mm.
be.
No. Well, I mean, it's more elevated than I think the rest of the Midwest. It's got a little bit more happening in
Just-
Chicago.
Okay, go
yeah.
off.
Oh yeah, no, dude, there's nothing happening in Omaha.
Right.
Where-
Yeah,
that's why I dress like I'm currently about to work a tractor. Like I
Yes.
don't know. I have no fashion.
Some
Sense.
article of clothing has to be sweat, like sweatshirt, sweatpants, sweat
Right. Or camo.
shoes, something. Yeah.
I do got a lot of camo.
Camo adjacent.
When Emma's uncle visited, he just showed up in camo. He's from northern Wisconsin and just was like
Love
fully
it.
camoed out. And you're like, yeah, it's going to be hard to find you.
Dude, I love that it's now looped around that like camo's cool again. I'm like, I
Okay.
have so much camo shit. I'm so happy. I'm
And
so
like
happy
the
that the-
real camo. Or sorry, I
Oh,
don't mean like real camo. I mean like that looks like bushes. What do they call it?
Like real, it's called like real, it's a trademark. It's like real wood or there is an actual term for what you're talking about.
I know. That's kind of how I started.
Which
I
I
there's a
don't
name for it, and you're like, actually, they call it something.
They call it a real name.
Yeah,
sir. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
I think it's called real tree. Is it called real tree?
Okay.
It
Real
might
tree?
be
Hey,
real tree.
We
Well done.
believe you, dude.
Um,
Why are you getting so aggro?
Well, because you guys just
what-
jumped
do
down my
you-
throat.
So Blake,
Yes.
you're from a broken home. Let's get into it.
Fuck.
Oh my god!
let's get into it.
What's
So
that
you're-
cried?
Okay.
You're from a broken home.
Are we back to
home. See, now,
presents?
even that term seems a little old to me. I don't.
Wait, is this a triggering word? Did we find it?
It should be differently together. Okay. I don't know about broken. Okay.
But they're not. It's separate.
Yeah, they're not together at all.
Yeah,
divorced.
differently. No, it's. Anyways.
So
what's
I
your
think
question?
we found.
How do you open presents in a broken home is what we're asking.
I think we found Blake's triggering word, and you just it's broken home. 2 words.
No, I'm actually I'm very well adjusted. So what?
You seem crazy.
Yeah, you seem fucking crazy. You're about to lose your shit.
You want to see crazy? You want to see crazy? You want to see
Testing.
crazy? I'm not crazy.
So what did you do? What was it? You're at your mom's house the whole time, or did you?
Look at he just looked up to the sky like
Yeah.
like I don't want to get into it.
I've blocked this out. I've blocked a lot of this out. I've blocked it. This is what I go
Let's
to
go there.
betterhelp.com for.
Let's go there.
No, I kind of lucked out. I hit the lottery. That's why it was nothing broken about it, buddy. It was actually very fun. I got 2 Christmases. Okay.
Yeah, I was always jealous. I mean, I wasn't always jealous because I didn't want my parents to break up, but
yeah, not in the least.
but
No, it's better.
I very much.
cool.
It's way better not to be from a broken home, right, Anders?
Yeah. I
No, sir, I
wouldn't
don't
know.
like
I
it.
wouldn't even know any different. So go ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
try it. It's pretty cool.
You should try it.
It's character building.
It's something. So, but when my friends their parents were divorced,
Mm-hmm.
you did get to have 2 Christmases,
Mhm.
which did seem awesome, and it sort of seemed like they were trying to like
Worth it.
outdo each other a little
Competing.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
They were competing a little bit, even when they said they weren't. They were like, you were getting 2 of everything, because if you had if you had the Nintendo 64 at one house, you're gonna have to have the Nintendo 64 at the other house.
Wow.
Right.
So
all I remember about divorced kids was they had a book of CDs that they had to take back and forth.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Huh.
That was like the true sign of a kid whose parents were from a broken home.
The CD book?
Well, I mean, I had
Was if he had a big CD case that he was
I
like,
had a big CD case. I wasn't from broken home. What do you mean? You got to take your CDs places.
well, I think your generation co-opted that. They're like, oh, this is
Yeah,
pretty convenient.
you
But
got that
in my
from
generation,
us.
I had a CD tower.
Dude,
I had that as well.
It was established.
That shit was fire.
I love that Durs finally admitted he's from a different generation than us.
I always have been.
Yeah, he's.
I've always
much,
been
much
Gen
older.
X. I'm Gen X, and you guys are millennials.
Fucking,
Mm,
that's sick.
okay.
Are we?
Yeah.
We're
That's
No.
why I'm so
millennials?
edgy and hardcore, and
Yeah.
I'll never sell out.
Well done, brother.
Yeah,
Well
dude, that's so
done.
cool of you.
Uh,
So was that the case in your household, Blake?
You know what? Now that I think about it, I think my father, as far as when Nintendo 64 came out, my father had the Nintendo 64, my mom didn't. So that kind of incentivized me to like
Go over to
leave
his house more.
Genius.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
just to be kind of like hyped on it. Like,
Yeah.
be like, yes.
And did he play it when you weren't there? Do you know?
No, not at all. My dad did not play
I don't know.
Nintendo
I
64.
don't know.
No, I know. And I didn't mean to jump down your throat, but no, he
Yeah.
didn't.
He did not.
He didn't play games. He doesn't like that kind of shit, really.
Yeah, he
No,
likes real
he's-
life.
Yeah, he's out making money. Yeah.
He likes real life.
Your dad
He-
lives life. Yeah.
He hates video games. He hates Star Wars. He likes real life.
This
shit,
is my
right?
guy.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
That's why we connect.
it's interesting. It's why we don't. So, anyways,
Okay.
two
yeah.
Christmases.
Oh, yeah. Adam,
I
what was it like in your solid home?
my solid ass
Your
home.
rock solid family.
Dude, it was awesome because my family, my dad's side, there was 6. He comes from a family of 6, so there was a lot of aunts and uncles and other cousins, and then we
Wow.
did it at
Love
our
it.
house. So our house was a fucking throwdown party, baby.
Mm.
And some shit would go down. Usually, like an aunt would get drunk. There would be a scene. There'd be some sort of scuffle.
Mhm.
there would be like where you don't really know because you're just a kid running through the living room of the kitchen, but there's like some adult talk happening and about how
They're just wrestling.
about how we need to get someone help. There's a lot of that conversation
I'm
happening.
drunk now.
But above your head, so you don't.
Hear somebody yell, Michael Dukakis! And you're like, something's going on in there.
Yeah, something's happening. There was absolutely no political talks. I don't think they ever they knew that that there was an election ever.
No voting.
Oh, dude, I do remember
Yeah.
my grandma. The one thing I do remember about politics as a kid is my grandma loved Ross Perot.
Can I
She
finish?
Fucking loved him.
Can I
dude.
finish?
Yeah, she was so hyped on
Yeah.
Ross.
Who's not?
That was good years.
So
I miss those
so
days. when,
Friday
like-
or Saturday present sitch.
yeah, so we would in our household it would be presents with my dad's side of the family
Mhm.
on New Year Christmas Eve.
Mhm.
And it was a absolute throwdown banger. You hope you got BB guns. I had a
Yeah.
BB gun room in my house because we had just
Oh.
had like a
Wow.
basement that one room wasn't finished.
Oh, that's
It
nice.
wasn't like a nice house. It wasn't like it was a perfectly nice house, but it wasn't like a huge home or anything. But there's just this room that my parents let me shoot BB guns in. So then we would go down there
I remember you speaking of that.
and shoot BB guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
And it was the fucking best, dude. And so that was awesome. And then the next morning we'd go to my mom's family's house, and that was way shittier. Just
Fuck it.
They're just more low key.
my aunt there. It was way more low key. There was
Yeah.
like
Fucking thing
there was like
sucks.
2 other cousins, and everyone was perfectly cool and nice, but like
Right.
it wasn't ruckus. It wasn't wild. It wasn't a party.
Uh-huh.
It was just like eating and opening some presents. And then my aunt would always give me, R.I.P. my aunt. She was the best, but she would give me like wooden whistles every year.
The
my dad-
four-sided one?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's that
dude,
one?
classics.
So-
Classics.
Like a ninja star? What are we talking about?
No, it's like a long square shaped whistle.
Square wood. Yeah.
Where-
Whistle.
Like a train whistle? Like a
It would make that noise.
Yeah, kind of. But there's 4 different notes, so you could blow like one and like rotate it to
like-
get a different note.
That is right.
I
But
don't
I
know
got
what
this
you're
gift.
Classic
talking
Gen
Every-
X.
about. That's some
every
Gen X
year.
shit, bro. That's Midwest.
I got this gift every year, so I was like a little bummed
Yeah.
every year because I'm like, I know she's gonna
Got
give
the
me
whistle again.
a wooden whistle, and she's like, I don't remember. Did I get that for you? And I'm like, you did, but my mom would always be like, don't.
Like, did she get a deal one year and then she just
Okie
had them in the
dokie.
basement?
I don't know what the deal was, but
She bought them off of, remember Oriental Trading? That was a magazine where you'd buy like bulk items
Sure.
I'm offended. What
I
did
know
you
you-
say, Blake?
I know
Wait.
you're talking about.
It was a catalog
No,
called
hang on.
Oriental Trading.
Okay, I'm triggered. You you got me. You got me, dude.
Oh, we found yours.
I'm pissed now.
You got me, dude.
Okay, and fair enough. It's a outdated word. I feel like
See, I like to get triggered on other people's behalf. That's
Good. Yeah, and that's why I get freaked out about the gay thing.
yeah.
It just makes me
For you.
It makes me crazy.
well,
To hear that.
On behalf of other people. Yeah.
my trigger word hits really close to home. But yeah.
No. Nope.
So was it from O Trading or was
I
it
don't
not?
know. I don't know where she got it.
Was it from Things You Never Knew Existed?
Oh,
Have we talked about that here? We have, right?
What's that?
great catalog.
It was
I
like
don't know.
It was the best.
the catalog that had all the gags and stuff, like fake poop where you hide your key, or like
Yes,
toilet
sir.
paper that doesn't break off, like
Yeah, it was
snapping
the
gum.
coolest items. It was
vomit.
It was on par with Sky Mall magazines from Airplanes. Like just the coolest.
Oh, I would put it above.
Yeah, things you like. Really funny T-shirts. Like I don't. God, like what something about like multiple personalities.
Like Big Johnson t-shirts were on there, I think.
Where it'd be like, I don't have multiple personalities, neither do I, in like small lettering or whatever, you know,
Right.
like really
Yeah.
funny
Adam,
shit.
you on
Yeah, that's
board now?
dude, that's hilarious. Blake sold it for me.
Yeah.
The way he lost his train of thought and then
Like
looped back
They
around
would
to
have like
it.
little burp,
No,
like
like-
little things you could make farts with.
Like it's not a bald spot; it's a solar panel for a sex machine.
sex
you know?
machine.
Oh,
Dude,
that's classic.
Yeah, I've got the
My-
body of a god. The god is Buddha.
Dude, you're on a roll.
Dude, my dad would say that joke,
I just had to knock it loose.
so often.
What, the solar panel?
The solar panel of the lemon. He would say that so
Uh-huh.
often, and people would laugh every time he said it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my dad's. This is like when I was a little kid, right? And so I'm like, oh, my dad's
So this is where you learned it?
my dad's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. And
Yeah.
then I saw a T-shirt out, and I'm like, my
Oh.
dad is so funny that people are wearing his jokes on T-shirts. And then
Devastating.
I remember telling my mom that, and she was like, no, that's just a joke your dad likes to tell. And I'm like, what do you mean just a joke? And just like, it wasn't his. He didn't write that joke. That was just like a joke
the
that's out
world
there.
around you crumbles.
It crumbled, dude. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean that wasn't
Stop
daddy's
it.
joke?
Put that spoon down, Mom.
like-
Dad didn't come.
I'm like, he's a liar? And he's like,
Yeah.
not a liar. He just told another person's joke. I was like,
No, he just steals jokes like Carlos Mencia.
Oh, yeah.
Topical.
I forgot.
Topical.
She was
Very
deep into
topical.
Comedy Central. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mind of Mencia. She
Same
loved that
era.
shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was so into it.
So immediate family the next day, not as
Mm.
wild, but you're opening the presents.
Opening presents. So we opened presents 2 nights.
And those are the good ones?
No, the first night was the good
The
ones
bangers.
because we would get presents from all the aunts and uncles,
And
so
they
there
were
was
good
just-
at it.
and they were good at it. It was
Yeah.
so it was like they would all talk to each other. Like if I got a boombox one year, and then I got a crisscross tape, and then I got
Oh,
Marky Mark and the
shit.
Funky Bond.
Sure.
And then I got,
Say
from
less.
my uncles, I would get like Aerosmith and
Yeah.
Metallica.
Get a grip.
and, you know,
Wow.
it was tight.
And so
Reload.
then maybe on Christmas Day, you're getting like things you need from your family type gifts.
Pencils, socks,
Yeah. Like a pencil
Sweatpants.
box and
Wooden whistles.
more whistles.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, that's it. My aunt would give me they were like flashlights / radios every year. It was like a new version of a
Oh,
flashlight
shit.
radio situation.
Like a
Is that why you grew up?
Like a survival thing.
Is that why you grew up to love Apple products so much? You're like, this is like a flashlight radio.
Gadgets. Yeah.
This is a flashlight radio.
She was like Doom.
You could like hit an alarm on it. I think she just knew at some point my dad was just going to lock the doors and I'd have to survive on my own, maybe.
Doom prepper. Young
Yep.
Doom prepper. I love it, dude. That's cool.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It just gets AM radio so that if like the War of the Worlds is cracking off,
You just got to be ready. You never know.
I'm tuned in.
You never know.
You never know.
She's from Colorado. I think they think that way out there.
The world is ending.
Well, they're just a little bit more like some shit could go down and you could be out in the middle of nowhere.
And you got to hide in the
Mm.
mountains. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
You
That's
know?
a Rado lifestyle. I
Yeah.
believe that.
Yeah.
I actually do. If you guys do want to know about my family's Christmas, I did
No.
remember.
We're good.
You don't.
Still?
Okay, moving
Like
on.
again?
Yeah,
No, because
thought we did.
Christmas Eve we actually would have a Santa Claus and a elf come to our house.
Jesus
Wow,
Christ. You had a
fucking
BB gun
money.
room. You had a fucking
Money.
Dude,
elf
th-
and Santa.
There would be this knock. We would hear jingle bells outside. This knock on the door, and it was the same guy every year. This huge dude. He seemed like he was 7 feet tall, but he'd be like ho ho ho, and he had a little man friend, this little round dude who would walk in with him. It turned out it was like this guy who worked with my aunt Arlene, and she's a nurse at the hospital. But
That's tight.
every year he would, and everybody would sit on his lap and tell him what you wanted for Christmas, and he would give you a present, and it was fucking cool.
Where
dude.
is that guy?
I don't know. I gotta ask Arlene.
Because I'll tell you what, I promise you, I
Prison.
don't know, but I imagine he had no family and he filled that void saying, hey guys, if you got kids, I'll show up at the house
And they could sit on my lap.
I'll bring gifts. They can sit on a lap.
They could sit on my lap.
I'll rock their. Like he filled the void. What a good guy.
No, he was like a nurse. He was a great guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Come sit. They could sit on my lap.
No, but at Durs, I heard you.
No, I'm not going that angle.
I heard you, but Adam is in the other ear saying like he's in prison. He's a pervert.
Well, that's how we live in your life. I'm on one side. He's on the other.
Oh, you're like my mom and my dad.
Oh, yeah, that's
interesting. That's right.
And they could sit on my lap.
No video games. Yeah.
That was a great tradition. I had a lot of fun with that.
What a fucking baller.
That's very cool.
It was really cool.
That is very nice of him, as long as he wasn't jerking off about that later. And we don't know.
He wasn't. He was. No, he would like. My aunt would sit on his lap and he'd be like, "Oh, like he was."
He would jerk me off. Yeah.
He would always flirt with my aunt.
He would make it sexual with his coworker. That's cool. All right, so he's my kind of guy.
He'd be like, "Hey, my sack's pretty full."
No, he would, dude. I remember.
I got a whole load in here.
He'd always be like, "Oh, no," he really would. He'd lay it on thick, and we all got a kick out of it because we're like, "Oh, as soon as Arlene sits on his lap, he's gonna have a." He had a lot of inappropriate jokes.
I take it all back, dude. It's like the candy cane is on the rise.
No, he was cool. He was hella funny. I think
I'm not saying he wasn't cool. I'd hang with him now, but I don't want to bring my kids around him.
He was cool to the kids, but to all the moms, like my mom, my Aunt Lori, Arlene, when he sat on, he would make like inappropriate jokes. It was really funny.
All right, so yeah, he's tight. I'm on board with him now.
I got a little snow in my mustache.
Durs is off, and I'm back on.
Okay.
I'm with this guy now. He sounds cool.
Yeah, Adam flipped it. I'm out.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Hello."
Yeah.
No, he was cool. He was hella funny.
Was there ever any like fisticuffs? There was never a fight that broke out in my family, but there was always usually some kind of drama between my aunts and uncles or something that would happen.
Never physical.
I do remember somebody yelling that the Japanese were going to take over.
You're a fucking disaster, my guy.
Really?
I was very young.
Dude,
I think it was like
Oriental Trading Company.
Hey, watch it.
I think I remember that. It was like business. They were talking like business. And they're like, doesn't matter. Japanese are going to take it over.
Oh.
And hey, you know what? In that era, early 80s, Japan was on the move. They were on the rise.
They were on fire.
Yeah.
PlayStation, Sony.
They rock.
Yeah, I get
Japan
it.
rocks.
Korean?
You guys have been there.
Sony PlayStation.
Is Sony Japanese?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I don't know. I'm asking.
I think so. Yes.
I
do
yes.
think so.
I would almost 100% Jeopardy answer say yes.
Don't tell my grandpa that.
Okay, let's go.
Do not tell my grandpa.
Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All the good stuff.
What else? Aowa?
There was all kinds of crazy shit when I was a kid. It also, I remember, I might have told this story on the podcast,
Probably.
but my cousin ratted me out. I showed him my box of Sears catalog women.
Mm-hmm. Like
I would cut them out. I would
brassiere cutout situation.
Yeah, I'd cut out the women in bras and keep
not an actual box
keep
of
them
women.
in a shoebox.
Binder of women. Yeah.
A shoebox. And I was like, look at this, dude. And then he ran downstairs. He was like, oh my God, everybody, look at Adam's a creep. I was 8. This guy was 18 years old.
I was going to say, this is a huge power move by an older cousin.
He wasn't like 3 years older where you're like,
Right.
okay, he was also a kid and he thought it was funny. He was an adult man.
Yeah.
What a fucker.
He was 18 and I was 8, dude. I still to this day, he's my least favorite cousin.
Yeah.
He's my least favorite.
Dude.
Yeah.
Because of the betrayal at that age.
Adam's triggered. Adam can't drive past the Sears. He has to go around the whole block.
That's why I put them out of business. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank goodness they're going out of business. Yeah, they're done for.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sears.
Sorry.
Wow. So Sears, why did Sears ever have a catalog? Oh, because they sell clothes as well at a Sears.
They sold clothes. Yeah. They sold everything.
I always knew them as like selling appliances
Tools.
and shit.
Why did Sears have a catalog? Because that was the thing.
I thought they sold like refrigerators
They
and
sell it all.
washing
Oh, yeah.
machines.
That was the thing, dude. They
Yeah.
sold it all.
What the hell?
But catalogs were the thing. The Sears Christmas catalog, the fucking service merchandise.
Things you never knew existed.
Macy's. Oh, yeah.
Bring back catalogs. I miss a good catalog, dude. Flipping through catalogs.
You know what was the shit? I think I told you guys about this before, but Neiman Marcus. We didn't get this catalog, but the Neiman Marcus catalog was like
Fancy.
the fancy catalog. And in like 1981 or 82, they had for sale his and hers Chinese Shar-Peis for $2,000.
His and hers.
There's no way.
Well, in 1982, dude, were you even alive? You were like 1 year old.
They sold dogs?
I didn't know about it until later.
They sold dogs?
But it was
Oh.
it like made the news because they were like these weird looking dogs that had almost gone extinct. There were only about 20 on the planet at one point.
What?
And this like thing
This is like
that they were like these $2,000 wrinkly dogs
dog trafficking.
kind of put them back on the map and brought them back.
They were selling actual live dogs in a Neiman Marcus catalog.
Yeah.
Like living, breathing dogs.
Because they offer like rare his and hers shit every year.
Boy, I would hope they're living and breathing, Blake. They're not going to sell dead dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of let that slide, Adam. I was gonna, yeah.
I'm thinking these are like ceramic or like, but you're talking about like actual like pets. They're
Yes.
selling some
Because
like
they were that
pets.
rare that it was that cool.
Where the hell were they keeping these things?
Cages?
I mean, dude, it's not like obviously they had a breeder set up and they just put it into the catalog.
I don't.
Yeah, they're not in the store in just cages, dude.
This is the 80s, dude. I don't know that
No. The Neiman Marcus catalog,
everything is obvious in the 80s. That might have just been a warehouse.
they have all sorts of gifts that are like a full season of does your husband like Yankees baseball? Guess what? He can go to every single game, all
Okay.
flights, all hotels, like lined up.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know they did all that shit. That's kind of tight.
I'm very unfamiliar with the Neiman Marcus game. What was it? Neiman Marcus was a
Dude, yeah, that was way above.
Super duper high end, crazy, almost
That's
just to
tight.
like, it was like a PR stunt. It was
a
like, how
flex.
crazy can our Christmas gift catalog be? And so they just
Right.
have these insane gifts that make people go, holy shit, did you hear? Did you hear?
So that doesn't exist anymore because Neiman Marcus is a store.
They're still,
Yeah.
they still exist, but I think
the
the
catalog is gone.
catalogs are dead.
Yeah, catalogs are over. But how cool is
Huh.
that?
That's cool.
The nicest store that we ever went to was like Dillard's. That was
Mm.
like the high end. I
Mhm.
didn't even know that there was nicer than that.
Mhm.
In Omaha, there wasn't. There wasn't
Yeah.
a Neiman Marcus.
Back to my point about Chicago and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But what's Dillard? What is Dillard's compared
It's
to?
like a Nordstrom. It got bought by Nordstrom, I think.
It's not a great name. Dillard sounds like it should be like a hardware store.
Wow.
Like
Okay.
Dillard's to me sounds like hardware, or they sell like
Offended.
sandwiches.
Offended.
In the Midwest, it's Dillard's.
There we go. Now I'm on board.
No, Dillard's is nice. Dillard's sounds fancy. It just depends like what you see in the fucking window and you go, oh, that's my association now is Dillard's. Look at that tuxedo. Mommy, daddy, are we fancy?
So Dillard, sorry, you said Dillard's
Mommy?
is like a Macy's.
Right. It's a department store, like a higher end
Okay.
department store.
Okay, we did not have that.
Lord and Taylor. Do you guys know about Lord and Taylor?
See, now that sounds fancy.
But have you
That's
heard of that or no?
No, I do not know what that is.
I do not. And that's just like,
You don't know about Lord and Taylor? Damn.
it seems like ladies' negligees and stuff.
It's a department store,
Oh,
which is mostly
Okay.
women's stuff. But like Lord and Taylor was the one we had at our mall.
damn, you fancy bitch. Dude, yours is so fancy. I love that.
What about? Do you guys remember the Franklin Mint? Do you remember that Franklin Mint? Anybody?
I think you mean Franco. Is it Franco? Franklin?
No. Franklin Mint. I believe it's Franklin Mint. I believe.
I think it's
Where they would-
Frango.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? I mean,
You're talking about the
keep
Marshall
saying
Fields?
the word, keep saying I believe. What are you trying to say?
Franklin Mint.
I don't think it's Franklin. It's Frango.
Franklin, I think it's Franklin Mint, and they
Okay.
would sell like cool like chessboards, like that. Like it would be like gold and jade.
What are we both talking about?
Well, I like that Isaac, and to help Blake in the chat, he goes, "The have a website."
Yeah.
So the have a website from Isaac.
I'm looking at Frango
And-
Mets.
No, look at Franklin Mint, man. Please don't.
Okay, so it's the Franklin Mint, and they
Yes.
sell.
Punk rock.
Okay,
getting
so
radical.
this is not a department store. They
Oh, the Franklin Mint.
Franklin Mint.
No, Franklin Mint is just coins.
No,
Yes.
dude, it was a store.
okay,
It was a store called the
so it's a store.
Unique gifts and collectibles.
Okay,
a store
seeing-
called Franklin Mint, and it was like collectibles.
Yeah.
okay.
yeah.
But mostly coins.
But Blake, what you did was you just said the Franklin Mint. I think. Do you know the
He said mints.
the
Punk rock,
mints? The
getting radical.
Franklin Mints.
He said Franklin Mints.
The Franklin Mints. The mints. I think you didn't say collectibles. You didn't say it's a store. You didn't say it's a store in a mall.
Just
that you
be
went to.
honest.
There was no context
Did
there.
you think that they were mints and then you remembered it was collectibles? Just be honest with me. When I said coins, did it go? And then you were like,
I went back to the Andes Mountains, my favorite mints, the
Dude.
Andes mints, of
we're
course.
back.
No, Franklin Mint.
Mint.
It was a nice store. You guys said nice stores. The nicest store you ever went into, the nicest store I ever went into was the Franklin Mint.
Well, see, you got to put it in context. You have to say the nicest store I ever went into was the store called the Franklin Mint.
That helps me.
You didn't do that. You just said Franklin Mint, Franklin Mint. I do believe Franklin Mint.
And so what does
I
a Franklin Mint store look like? Is it like one level? Is it many levels? Are there escalators? Are there glass elevators?
No, it's just it's a small store. It's like a little boutique shop almost. It's it'd be like the same as going to.
Is this like a mini mall situation?
Well, no, I only know big malls.
So we were talking giant department stores, and you brought up this very tiny
Yeah.
store that sold
Fancy.
Funko.
The only places I know where department stores are is attached to malls. Correct? Isn't that the only place? Like Sears, Macy's, JCPenney's. They
Yes, I would say most of the time, yeah.
Mostly.
Okay.
We had a downtown, but yeah.
well, as you gravitated towards the middle, the most expensive store I knew of was
Mhm.
Franklin Mint.
And what did you see, like expensive baseball cards or anything in there? Like do you remember anything?
No, I remember it was a Star Wars chessboard that I thought was pretty freaking sick. It was
Mhm.
like had gold plating,
Right,
and I was like,
right.
oh damn, I
Heavy
want that
pieces
shit.
and shit.
Hella bad, dude.
Yeah.
It looked really cool.
Was there ever like a gift or anything that you guys really wanted that you just didn't get, and you were like a little?
I feel like we've covered this for me. I think we covered it.
it.
The dogs from Neiman Marcus.
Didn't get a dog. Didn't get the Neiman Marcus dogs. I think that was it. My brothers bought their own Nintendo. My parents didn't give them one because they were like,
I never really wanted much. I never do want much.
no, we're not doing that.
Fuck Nintendo.
And then they like pooled their money and bought their own. And they
That's
were like,
hard.
okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really sick. I had two parents competing for my love, so I got everything I
Yeah.
wanted.
Yeah, I always knew that you were spoiled. When I
Yeah.
met you, I was like, this guy's
Thank
spoiled. He must
you.
come from a broken home.
Daddy gets what daddy wants.
Yeah, no, my parents were pretty good about it. They really tried to give everything they could when
Mhm.
it came to Christmas, and they didn't have a lot of money, so it was stretched. So it would always be like what you actually wanted, and then the worst version of that thing is what you got.
Yeah. I know exactly where you're going. Yeah.
Like I remember I wanted a Pioneer stereo for my room that
Sure.
had the detached speakers so you can put them in different places.
Yes.
And then I got like kind of a shitty boombox.
right.
But I was
Sure.
like, okay,
Yeah.
it worked. It works.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
and
similar.
Then, and then you have to have a conversation like, well, about Santa. You're like, well, why wouldn't Santa just give me the thing I wanted? And they're like, well, Santa's big. He's got like, there's
Yeah.
levels to this. And I remember,
Right. Is that what they said? There's levels to this?
They hit you with like a
I remember my mom said, that it based on the grade of how good you were that year, and it looks like you weren't good enough.
How good you were? Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Which is funny,
It's
and I was
science.
never. It made me feel like I was never good enough because I never got the good stuff, and that's why I'm triggered.
You weren't kind of like, but
Finish him.
you weren't kind of like, yeah.
I remember trying to poison the kids and I Rocket Man and
With the berries. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess I threw batteries at children. Yeah. I got the
Did-
Sears naked ladies. Yeah.
it was.
Yeah. Threw the rocks at the cars. Yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
covered this too. I wanted a My Pet Monster, right? You guys remember
Oh.
that? And it like breaks the
Yeah.
chains and they gave me the
Huge.
football one instead of just like the OG. And I was like, all right.
Well, why don't you cry about it?
Yeah.
The football one,
remember-
looking back, super sick though.
Super sick. Had a helmet, but I think my dad
Yeah.
was like, come on, son.
Yeah, football.
Football.
Please stop swimming.
Yeah.
Come on, don't be gay.
Yeah. Don't don't be gay.
Wait a second. Oh, I think I just uncovered something. Better help. Better help.
My parents, I really wanted a He-Man. I had
Sure.
I had different He-Men, but I didn't
Mhm.
have He-Man. And I'm like, why don't I have He-Man?
Prince
I
Adam.
And what do you mean when you say you had different one? Like you had the blue He-Man that was evil?
What was his name? He was a robot. It's a funny name too.
The robot. So that's what it was. It was they for whatever reason either
Mhm.
couldn't find. I'm assuming the robot He-Man was on sale, and I had
Faker. His name was Faker.
Well, or the regular one was just sold out maybe, and they were like,
yeah, I'm sure it was sold out,
Yeah.
and they got me that one, and I was like,
He-Man don't need to go on sale.
I was so disappointed. I was like, but I just wanted the actual one. Now I have the evil one, and my
You
dad
got
then had to
Faker.
be like,
Right.
no, evil's cooler. Evil's badass. Yeah, you
Yes,
want
sir.
to play with the evil one. And I'm like, oh, okay.
And you were set on a path.
Dude, this
Yeah.
He-Man listens to AC/DC. Oh, yeah.
this is a rock and roll He-Man. Yeah.
The other He-Man is, come on, he's no good. He hangs out with She-Ra.
Adam, what was was there a difference between Christmas before the cement truck and after?
Yeah, dude, the Christmas right afterwards was so
He's alive. We're going to just like give you everything you want that first Christmas back.
not
Or were they
really.
like, no Christmas presents, hospital bills?
It was a lot of hospital bills being paid. But it was so funny.
Yeah. They put little bows on that.
The aunts and uncles and
Right.
people in my life would give me great gifts, but it was so
Yeah.
funny to see. And it was funny to me at this
Mhm.
point. But
Hmm.
so I wasn't that mad, but they would give me gifts.
As soon as you woke up from the
They would give me like new shoes. And I'm like, my feet are swollen. I can't wear shoes. I can't walk.
Right. And they're like, get it?
Or they're like a new basketball. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I can't dribble. I can't stand. I
Right.
can't walk. I
Did
can't
you
play
put-
that. And they're like, "Son of a-"
Right.
Does anybody put wreaths on their like wheelchair wheels?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm assuming they do.
I'm sure that's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember
If
ever
not-
really decorating my wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be fun. Like when people decorate the wheelchair
Spooky dokes?
for Renaissance Fair, it's always awesome. Like they decorate them like dragons. I really like that. So
Right. Yeah.
I would
but it's a wheelchair. So
I would have Walsh push me down this ramp and then hide and then act like my wheelchair is out of control so I could just plow into things.
yeah.
look out.
I would just like smash into the garbage can and have shit go everywhere and be like, I'm sorry, we lost control. And have Kyle like be chasing after me like, oh, he's out of control.
That's
Yeah.
really
The
good.
good old days. Yeah.
Meanwhile, everyone had just watched the whole setup and everything, and they're like,
Yeah.
Like, oh God, this guy's starved for attention. Yeah.
look at those fucking kids.
And this is this is before Bad Grandpa, so this is pretty cutting edge stuff.
right.
Yeah, it was
right.
before Jackass.
Yeah, that
Changed the game.
changed the game.
So this
you guys-
is the Christmas episode here, boys. So this is a lot of
Wow, good thing we talked
How
about
do you-
Christmas.
How'd you
lot
know
of
that?
Christmas talk. They said
That's
it in the
cool.
chat here. They told us.
That's
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Hot.
So
Jeez, I
you
shoulda-
read that.
yeah.
I should
Um,
have had some Christmas music or
Do you
something.
guys want to hear a gross story?
I do, absolutely.
Please.
I mean, this happened and I was like, well, I'll save that for the pod. So I had like an infection in my fingernail and I had to like, it started getting like swollen and like pussy and I couldn't fucking sleep. It was crazy. Went to the doctor. I don't know what it's
Like
called,
that.
but they gave me some antibiotics and they're like, it'll go away. It'll run its course. Hopefully the puffiness like pops and then like you got to like drain it. Okay?
Very shagadelic.
Gnarly,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So
I'm not liking anything pus.
So like the other day, I like take the Band-Aid off and I can see it's already starting to kind of like come out. And I go, oh, great. So then I like get it all out of there, empty it, good to go. And then today, it's mostly gone, but there's like a little bubble left. And so I'm putting pressure on it and I'm like squeezing the tip and trying to like find where that hole was that it came out from yesterday.
That's
And
what
it's
she
just
said.
not
And
coming out.
Worm came out.
No.
Okay.
That's what she said.
I fucking like really squirt it. I like shove it kind of hard.
Squirtle.
And it shoots like a water gun out of the hole just into my hair. Like a full
you
like a
something
full
about marrying
spray.
yourself.
Yeah, you just squirted all over your hair.
It was so gnarly. And I'm just sitting here by myself, like, and I can see like one strand of hair just has like a bead on it.
Oh.
And I like carefully like get up and like walk inside and tell Emma what happened. She's like, you're gross. I'm like, I'm gonna go shower. And I just had to hose it down. But the human body, like,
Yeah.
you know, when you're like going through
Go
life
off.
and you think you're good to go, and then something just gross happens on
Yeah.
you. And you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Science.
I'm just
yeah.
an animal. I'm just an animal.
I mean,
Yeah.
just a few months ago, I found that stitch in my foot that's been there for 30 years.
What's
You know what I mean?
happening?
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Did you guys get my family photos from my Christmas family photos?
Oh,
Yes.
I did. Very
Yes.
nice.
Yes.
Very, very nice. Very
Splendid.
cute.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
You guys
cute.
look adorable.
Why are you gripping your kids' shit like that?
By the chunk.
do you
Yeah,
mean?
you hold Bo by his cock.
Like you,
Okay.
I go, what?
Offended.
I get, Emma goes, look at the card. I go, why is he just gripping Bo fully?
Well, dude, that's how you hold him in the front like that. And it's just like this. That way he can face forward.
Never done it. Not a fan.
All right.
Allegedly. He's a baby. He like doesn't even have a dick, dude. And that dick is so small.
That's not what I'm saying. And I wouldn't. That's not what I'm
What do you-
saying.
No.
What are you trying to say?
No, holding your baby that way is very natural, very normal. But it was funny that Durst said that because I was also like, damn, I haven't got a grip on that, bro.
Dude, he had a
You're
grip.
like,
Well, he was wiggling.
well, you guys are by are by water and stuff.
Yeah,
It seems
he
a little
was-
treacherous.
Well, it was fine, but he was
Okay.
just wiggling a little bit, and so I was trying
Yeah.
to get him to settle
Yeah,
down.
those.
We
But
forgot
those-
Blake is afraid of water.
So,
A
and
little
by the
bit.
way, the water was like 15 yards behind us. It's not like
Well, the rocks were jagged, weren't
Yeah.
they? The rocks were pretty
Kinda.
jagged.
kind of.
You were outside.
But if you look closely,
I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Chloe
dude.
Chloe chose that photo, and I liked the photo just fine. But I
Mhm.
didn't really look when she was like, "Hey, what about this photo?" I'm like, "Yeah, sounds good. Whatever
Get
you
away.
choose."
Right.
You see my baby toe.
fine.
You see my little half toe plain as day
What?
in it. Oh yeah.
Really?
I got a little stub. My little stub is just glistening down there. in the sand.
Can I
I'm
tell you
gonna have
something?
to look.
No one's gonna see it. They're gonna be looking
Now
at that
we are.
grip.
Now we are. I'm gonna go double check now.
Okay.
I remember it being very, very cute.
Okay.
All those holiday photos are very fun.
I didn't realize I didn't realize I was gripping him so hard, and
Go
I'd like to send an apology to my son in the
Okay.
future because you
Yeah.
know we're gonna keep this, and he's gonna grow up and be like, dude, why were you gripping me so hard? I mean, like I don't know.
I'm also wondering if that's how
I'm
you're
scared.
holding him. How's it gonna get any bigger? If that's how
Yeah.
you're holding him, that tight,
Yeah, it needs to breathe. It does need to breathe.
let that
Do you-
bitch breathe.
Did you guys ever think like I remember when my dick wasn't growing at the rate I wanted it to? I'm like,
Oh.
maybe it's because like my underwear's too tight or something. Did you ever?
Any other take backs?
No.
And this is another episode.
Are you talking about like 6th grade when you're still in tidy whities and you haven't like transitioned to silk boxers yet?
Yeah, and I'm like, well, maybe Well, yeah, 6th grade, maybe a little later, but still, like, it was like,
When did you start wearing boxers?
Yeah, for Blake, it was 11th grade for Blake.
When did you start wearing boxers?
I don't recall. I don't recall.
I think mine was I think 7th grade for me. Yeah.
Probably 6th grade.
Yeah, I remember seeing men in the locker room, like boy men,
Yeah.
and going,
Yeah.
I think I need some boxers.
Yeah.
Dude, it was a rough go when you go to high school and you see like when you have to like shower afterwards. I feel
Yeah.
like that
We didn't-
stopped.
What did you have to shower after? Were you on like the wrestling team?
We didn't have to do that.
No, we did it. It was after gym class. You could shower.
Mm.
real
Oh,
quick
we could.
if you got real funky.
We weren't even allowed to. Like
Oh,
the
really?
shower, there were showers, but like they didn't
Yeah.
even turn on during the day. It was for like the basketball team after school or some shit.
Mm.
And I don't even
That's
know if
really
they
advanced.
showered.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
allowed to take a quick dip if you wanted. I remember being like, I want to because I was a little
Right.
stanky. But then you peek in and you're like, I'm not going in there. There's all these
I'm
like
good.
older kids in there doing shit, and I'm like, nah.
I'm good.
And by doing
Mhm.
shit, I mean showering. They're not fucking each other. I know that. I know that's
Right,
Blake.
yeah.
Blake got a little excited.
No, I
Yeah.
did. I'm
Yeah, I
not
did.
gay, dude.
Say less.
I'm not gay. I'm not crazy. All right.
But just
Crazy
being
guy.
like, I remember being like, wow, the amount of pubes they have. If I take my
Yeah.
underwear off right now, it wasn't even dick size. It wasn't
Mhm.
even dick size.
Mhm.
It was the amount of pubes that they have. I'm
Mhm.
like,
Yeah,
I have like
yeah.
3 squirrely hairs.
No.
They have a full mound.
You're like,
Right.
what, bro? You guys don't wax? You guys don't wax, bro?
Pussy.
That's pretty funny. I do wonder, like, in this day and age where I imagine everybody's like, even like super young, you're like grooming your shit. Cause
Yeah, but
Weird.
I think
weird.
so do you do ever have a moment where you're like, I'm going full? I mean, for women, it's
Mm.
different.
no, because I think that public nudity is we reeled it back a lot. Like we reeled it back. Like
Oh, there's no shit. I feel like our
no way.
generation was the last that there was ever
Yeah.
like
the 90s.
Yes, sir.
a public shower happening.
Right.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Which
and that
is
was
a
really
damn
the
shame.
gym. I remember going to the gym with my dad, and then he's like, "Okay, we're hitting the showers," and then all of a sudden, I'm around grown naked men taking showers, and I'm like,
And you're like, I'm not taking a shower.
and he's like, dude, what? This is normal. And I was
Right.
like, there's nothing normal about this.
Yeah.
There's nothing normal about this, brother.
Well, when you're young and you're like dick height, it's
It's fucked, bro.
it's not.
It's not.
Well,
it's not hitting.
that was the scary part, like of
It's not
going
that
to.
bad.
I remember going to like a sporting event, and those. I mean, we've talked about this, but those troughs,
the trough. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're standing directly next to and directly across from
Mhm.
just a man's
Which
honking.
throbbing hard
also,
cock.
also, I've been noticing this a lot at public parks in Los Angeles. There are the
What?
shitters don't have doors. Have you been to a park where the shitters don't have doors?
We didn't
Well, I
have
think it's
doors
to
on our
prov-
shitters in high school.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Dude, we didn't. There in our high school. There was There was 3 shitters because that's what we're calling them now, not toilets.
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
shitters.
It's
Shitter.
cool. It's really cool.
It's cooler.
Thanks, brother.
It's
Three
tough.
shitters.
It's really tough.
That were right next to each other, and there were no doors or walls. There was just toilet.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
I
I would-
remember my freshman
my
year
God.
on the swim team. We went to some school and they just had a toilet on the wall. And shout out, well, I mean, whatever. This dude Alex, who was on the swim team my freshman year, had to take a shit, and we're all changing, and he's just right there, and he's got like a hand over his eyes, like a little kid who thinks
Yeah.
they can't be seen. Right? We're
Hilarious.
just like, dude,
Yeah.
obviously, just
Dude.
do not shit. I mean,
I was talking to a guy who, yeah.
I got a lot of props in high school for doing just that. I was freshman year. I had to take a shit,
yeah,
and I
props.
just was like, I'm gonna go take a shit, and I took a shit there, and there was all these like juniors and seniors in the locker room,
yeah.
dude. And they were like, "Oh shit, the freshman shitting in here," and I'm like, and then I'm just committing. I'm like, I don't
Now
give
you're
a
a
fuck.
legend.
And they're
Shit
like,
man.
yeah, they were like, "Oh shit, he's a wild man." And
Yeah.
then they're like high fiving me in the halls, and people are like, "Why are you high fiving me?"
You're Rocket Man, right? You shot that shit out of him like a rocket.
And I'm like, cause I shit.
Do you get diarrhea too?
That's cool, man.
You have to lean in.
Yeah, so it can work for you. You just have to commit. Yeah.
You got to lean in.
I don't, but that's what's.
I'm never leaving this toilet.
You can't cover your eyes. You have to just be like, call me the shit man.
I heard about a dude who went to summer camp and the toilets would face each other. So you would shit looking at each other. And they
That's
made
fun.
a game of it where you're like, yeah, this is what we do. We're shitting. We're wiping our ass.
Well,
We're-
you know what you do is then you get some like pebbles or some rocks or like maybe a raisinette, and then you try to
So this is like a premeditated thing?
yeah, and then you and a buddy, you're shitting across from each other,
Mhm.
and then you try to like underhand like beer pong toss or
that's cool.
beer dice toss the rock in between the person's legs.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah,
if you,
yeah.
however, if you know
Shoot the
whoever
moon?
gets the most wins
I
the
love
shit
it.
off.
That's cool, man.
My kid came out of the bathroom in public the other day and he goes, God, the toilet in there was weird.
Do not go in there.
And then he goes, actually, the sink was weird too. And I go, are you sure you used the right one in the right way? Like, did you pee in the sink and wash your hands in the toilet? Like,
Whoopsies.
we had a good laugh, guys. Any
Dad
takebacks
talk.
or
Dad talk.
any takebacks or fun parenting stories?
Take backs,
I w-
apologies, epic slams.
I would love to take back any trigger words I used today for my guys. I know that, there's things that we're all sensitive to. I'd love it if you guys were sensitive to the stuff that triggers me, but just know that
What is that? Your broken home or what is that?
I wish you wouldn't use that word because it's not broken.
Oh.
It's just
For sure.
differently together. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stop with the broken. It's not broken.
Yeah. Amputated?
It's not amputated.
Yeah, amputated home, fractured home.
No, that's not. No, it's just differently together. It's not, bro.
Ruined.
Oh,
Ruined.
no, I got it. It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Let's get weird, brother. I'll take that.
I come from a weird home.
Okay. So that is your. I was just confused as to what your trigger word was. So
Alrighty then.
I'm
It's
glad we
different.
got there.
It's not
differently
divorce. I'm
unnormal.
fine. I was fine. It's broken. It's probably a trigger.
You should just own it.
Yeah, maybe just
I
own it
don't-
and don't be a bitch about it.
So when you see other people from a broken home, you're like, hey, what's up, my broken? Hey, we can say it.
No, it's not broken. It's just not. No, there's nothing. It's
Yeah.
not broken.
Broken, brother. Yeah, we could say it. They can't say it. We can
Right.
say it.
I love you
They
guys.
can't say it. Yeah, that'd be a smart thing for you. Yeah.
That's a cool club.
I think that's cool, relatable thing.
Well, it's not broken.
Yeah.
It's not broken.
And there's a lot of people from broken homes. So I
Do
feel
you have a take back, motherfucker?
no, I'm good. I stand on everything I said.
Okay. Stand on business. He's standing. Okay. Stand on business.
She ain't messing with no broke. You guys got a whole song.
I would like to wish everyone, a Merry Christmas.
Oh,
and
Joey.
a Happy
We're saying it
New
again.
Year.
We're saying it again.
Also,
Merry Christmas.
Adam's
stop.
Adam's
Never
holiday
stop.
card. Merry Christmas. Period. End of sentiment.
Oh, wow. I didn't even clock that.
Yeah, and I send it to a lot of Jewish friends as well.
Purposely.
I'm just saying, for me, it is
Yeah.
a Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you need to write that. For me, it's a Merry Christmas.
I wish me a
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
And also, by the way, if you're Jewish, send me a Happy Hanukkah. I don't care. That's fine.
Mhm.
Send me a
Yeah.
Happy Hanukkah thing. I'm
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
offended.
Mhm.
I would love that.
Yeah, that's rad.
What's to be
I would
offended
love that.
about?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Except for most things for Blake.
Yeah.
I'm not offended. I'm just please tread lightly.
Okay. Yeah. Sensitive.
This is another
Uh,
long episode of
Yeah. well,
This is Merry Christmas! Ho 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 ho!
This is my favorite Christmas
Sorry
song
about the
of all
broken home
time.
stuff, Blake. I love you,
It's
dude.
fine.
Sorry about the broken home stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love you,
It's pretty good.
dude. Banger.
So
That's
good.
all we
That
can
was it.
afford.
We probably can't even afford that.